I have 3 days to win my local adult Pinewood Derby. Last year, my favorite local clothing store in Nashville, Imogene and Willie, relaunched their Pinewood Derby. I entered and I didn't win. I scrubbed out in my first race. I was too ambitious and I tried to build a car that was outside of my abilities. To make matters worse, Best in Show wasn't even won by a car. It was won by a mallard. This year, I'm determined to win. I'm gonna build a simpler car with a sleeker design, and I even have an idea to win the hearts of the judges. So I have 3 days, and here is the plan. Day 1, I'll design, cut, shape, and sand the car. Day 2, I'll paint the car. And day 3, I'll assemble the car. But before we get to the build, let's talk about last year's competition. Last year was really fun. The whole thing felt like a backyard party, and there was beer and a burger truck, and the vibe was just great. Everyone was there to have fun. There was issues getting started, and the organizers had to change from double elimination a single elimination. So I got eliminated in my first race, and my only hope of winning was Best in Show. However, I'm not good at carving wood or painting, and the competition was fierce. I mean, take a look at what I was going up against. So that was last year, and this year I want to focus on building a fast car that may be in contention for Best in Show. After the build, I've included race footage, so stick around to see me win. So I was a Boy Scout growing up, and I participated in many Pinewood Derbies. The adults in my life always built my cars. So for me, this is nostalgic, silly, fun, and I actually get to build the car. First up is the design. I wanted something sleek and simple. I'm not great with power tools, so I favor using hand tools. It makes shaping the car take longer, but I make less errors, and I have greater precision. After the initial cuts, I use a wood rasp to start aggressively shaving down the wood. Quickly decide that my half circle wedge design is a little boring, so I start rounding off the edges and cut these like little hips to make a Coke bottle inspired look. After that, I sanded for what felt like hours. I started with 120 grit and worked my way up to 800 before painting. I sealed the car with shellac and then hit it with 5 layers of cherry red paint. I then waited 24 hours until the next day to start sanding. As you can see, I'm pretty terrible at getting the paint even, and there are spots that are heavier than others. So I started sanding to even things out, and I immediately noticed I didn't have enough paint on the car. The wood was getting exposed. Was I ruining my chance at Best in Show? Am I gonna lose to the mallard again? Rather than harp on this issue, I'd lean into it, and I started sanding to expose more of the wood. This was making the car look more used and worn. I even found some old parts in the garage and took some grease off of it and brushed it onto the paint to make it look old, dirty, further aging the car. After all of this, it was time to find a pilot for my vehicle. Apparently, Nintendo and Hot Wheels collaborated on a series of Mario Kart toys as part of the release for the animated Super Mario Bros. Movie. Side note, does anyone remember the old live action film? It's literally one of the few DVDs I own. Anyways, I'm not good at carving wood or painting, but I do have a knack for taking things apart. So I took the Hot Wheels toy and started drilling out the rivets and disassembling it so I could attach Mario to the car. I think the final product is really good, and it embodies the silliness of an adult entering in a Pinewood Derby. And it leans into the nostalgia of Mario and Mario Kart, and I hope that helps win over the judges. So race day has arrived, and I had an issue with my car being slightly underweight last year. So I decided to remedy that this year by carving out a swimming pool in the belly of the car. And then I attached stainless steel washers via screw into that belly. I double checked all the measurements and dimensions of the car and ensured that it was within spec of the rules, and headed to check-in. At check-in, my car was really close to the max weight of 5 ounces. I handed over the car and came back when the doors opened for racing. I got a great seat in the middle, and I sat beside another builder and his friend, and they were both in the cars. It was fun. We chatted about our builds and our project cars while eagerly awaiting the race. The beer was good and local, the burger was great, and finally, I got to see my car in action. A DNF? What? What? Was it the track? Had I done something wrong? I double checked all my measurements. I was within spec. What would make my car stop? Oh no. Remember those weights? The screw head sticks out ever so slightly from the bottom of the car, but it's within spec. My best guess is the track clearance is different from the rules and that screw is dragging. Wheels on my car spun freely and do not rub, so the friction of the screw head is the most likely culprit. Here's the thing though, you're not allowed to modify your car or even touch your car in between heats. I was going to have to watch my car race a second time. Was I gonna get a double DNF? Was my car gonna be the worst performer there? Let's see. Double DNF, wow. There was one other car that got a double DNF, but their races ended more spectacularly than mine. I would say I got dead last. Here's some footage, thanks to my new friend Troy, of those races.
2, winner, go! Go!
Oh, Best in Show. Here is the competition. And this year, it went to Cats on Couch. Animals. Animals. Again. Oh yeah, and I met the guy who made the mallard. He made the duck and his girlfriend painted it. They were nice and I even got a selfie with them. Their entry was a cicada and I was convinced they were gonna win Best in Show. But when they didn't, I told the girlfriend, Molly, congrats on almost winning Best in Show for her second year in a row. She shot back, congrats on almost finishing a race. Ouch. There's always next year. Thanks for watching.